Hello, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to check Cavallo Technology Customer Risk Rating Accelerator. I'm Melanie Dejnet, Director of Financial Crime Compliance. Customer risk rating is not only an essential part of your AML program, it is also a crucial component of a risk-based approach. Today, we're presenting a scalable, flexible solution that allows organizations to quickly assess and align with their risk appetite. Before we jump into the demo, a quick word about who we are. At Cavallo Technology, we're a 100% Canadian Databrick only company. We have over 60 engineers, all onshore in Canada, with offices in Toronto and Montreal, and a strong presence in Vancouver. For more than 3 years, our team have been delivering production-grade data and AI solution in regulated environments. We are among the top Databricks certification holder with over 90 certification, including more than 20 Databricks professional certification. Customer risk rating is the process of assessing customer risk based on various factors. It combines static profile attributes such as identity, geography, occupation with dynamic signals such as transaction behavior in order to produce a single risk rating. This not only enables your organization to apply consistent risk assessment and enhance due diligence efficiency, but also ensures that control remain proportional and effective in mitigating risk while maintaining regulatory compliance and optimizing operational performance. If you're looking to better assess the risk your organization is exposed to and you need a flexible tool that improves resource allocation and allow you to focus on high-risk situation, this may be exactly what you need. The Customer Risk Rating Accelerator provides a configurable modular risk framework that can be easily plugged into any source system and tailored to support any rule set while maintaining consistency, explainability, and governance at scale. I will now let Camille, Senior Data Engineer, present the demo.
Thanks, Melanie. The accelerator provides a single, reliable view of customer risk across both individual and business customers with clear lineage so every rating can be traced back to the data and the rationale behind it. And it adds visibility into how risk evolves over time, helping teams act spot shifts early and act proactively instead of relying on static snapshots. Looking at the architecture diagram, it shows the full flow from raw ingestion to explainable customer risk. We start by ingesting raw source data into bronze and process it through the medallion architecture, which is further consumed by the dashboard. With that architecture in place, let's move into the dashboard and see how customer risk is computed. At the top of the dashboard, we can see the distribution of the customers across the various risk bands and also customer types. By clicking on a customer type, we can drill down into the distribution across the various risk bands. This graph shows the contribution of each risk factor in getting the final risk band for a customer, and by clicking on a risk band, we can retrieve the list of the customers based on the selection. As you can see, PII like customer name are protected to ensure data governance and security. These graphs help understand the weights of each risk factor in getting the final weighted risk score for a customer, and also if there were high risk overrides due to reasons like suspicious activity reporting. The customer risk transition analysis helps understand the flow of risk bands across pipeline runs. For example, if I want to see how my current high risk customers were tracked previously, I can do so by clicking here. And as you can see, it shows that of my current high risk customers, there were some customers who were previously risk low, and also there are some new customers. Similarly, if I want to see how my transaction risk factor is doing and how the risk bands are transitioning across pipeline runs, I can do so by clicking here. And as you can see, it shows that customers who were risk low previously in transaction risk are now risk high and medium. And there are some new customers which are risk low. This helps understands the strategy and detect emerging threats and also effectively track the risk mitigation strategies which are in place. We also have top transaction makers at the daily and the monthly level. And this box plot helps understand the amount transaction amount across various payment types on a given date range. This helps understand the customer spending patterns and also what are the risk prone transaction types for effective risk model tuning. With that in place, Let's look at the job which powers this dashboard. As you can see, the job is connected to Databricks asset bundles with its schedules and triggers, job parameters, permissions, and tags for cost monitoring purposes. Looking at a job run, you can see the entire medallion architecture in place, starting from bronze and processing data in silver, and then finally in gold with data contract tests in place. Everything we have seen in the dashboard is built on the assumption that the data is correct and consistent. That's why data contracts come in place. A data contract is a living agreement between the producers and the consumers and protecting us against problems like schema drift, data drift, and also broken business rules. If we look at the data contract, we can see a visualization of the data model relationships. And also, if we have specified some fields, let's say like the individual ID, which is supposed to be required, and of type string, we have built custom validation logic in the data contract test task run, which will check that it is present in the table and it has the type string and no missing values. Once the data passes the data contract test, it's consumed by the downstream dashboards and visualizations. Since the data resides into Unity Catalog, we can inspect its description, its details like creation, updation dates, and also properties. We can also inspect its permissions, which are applied using the least privilege principle, where developers only have some select permissions on production goal tables. We can also inspect its lineage and insights. You can see the upstream and the downstream producer and consumer sources. We can also track the insights of the table over time. That brings us to the end of the operational flow, from ingestion to modeling to governance. Now that we have seen the accelerator in operational form from end to end, starting from data ingestion to modeling, and then how to curate the data and its schema enforcements, data quality enforcements, and ACLs, which are tested in data contract, let's take a look on how all of this is deployed in GitHub using Asset Bundle. All of this, as mentioned, is bundled and deployed using Databricks Asset Bundles through GitHub. Whenever there is an approved commit to main, that takes the whole bundle and deploys into the targeted Databricks environment. This brings to the end of the demonstration.
Thank you, Camille. If you're looking for fully automated, govern, and design customer risk rating to accelerate the time to value by enabling rapid deployment of a modular solution across your complex operational environments, this is what we're offering. Be at the forefront of your risk management and equip your organization with a solution that quickly confirms whether you remain within your established risk appetite. Thank you for your time.